Emotional equations are a unique concept that combines math and psychology to help individuals understand and manage their emotions effectively. These equations use mathematical formulas to express emotional states and their relationships, providing a structured framework for processing and analyzing feelings. One well-known emotional equation is risk plus time x uncertainty equals fear. This equation illustrates how fear can be influenced by factors such as risk, time, and uncertainty. By breaking down complex emotions like fear into mathematical terms, individuals can better understand the underlying causes and triggers of their emotions. Another emotional equation is disappointment equals expectations reality. This equation highlights how disappointment arises when our expectations are not met by reality. By examining the gap between what we expect and what actually happens, we can learn to adjust our expectations and cope with disappointment more effectively. The concept of emotional equations was popularized by author Chip Conley in his book Emotional Equations: Simple Truths for Creating Happiness and Success. Conley believes that by understanding the mathematical underpinnings of emotions, individuals can gain greater insight into their feelings and take proactive steps to manage them. Emotional equations can be particularly useful in everyday life, helping individuals navigate challenging situations and improve their emotional well-being. For example, by applying the equation fear equals risk plus time x uncertainty, someone struggling with fear or anxiety can identify the sources of their fear and develop strategies to mitigate it.
1. Happiness equation E equals pxs plus cxt. This equation represents happiness as a combination of positive experiences, p, social connections, s, contentment, c, and time, t. The variables p, s, and c are assigned values based on the intensity or frequency of the experiences, connections, and contentment, while t represents the duration of these elements in one's life. For example, if a person has experienced many positive events, p, has strong social bonds, s, and feels content with their life, c, over a long period of time, t, their overall happiness level will be high. On the other hand, if one of these factors is lacking or if negative experiences overshadow the positive ones, the happiness equation will yield a lower result. 2. Anger equation E equals sxi cxt. This equation illustrates anger as a combination of stress, s, intensity, I, of the triggering event, contentment, c, and time, t. The variables s, I, and c determine the impact of the anger-inducing situation, while t reflects the duration of the emotional reaction. For instance, a person experiencing high levels of stress, s, combined with a highly intense triggering event, I, and low contentment, c, will likely result in a significant outburst of anger. However, if the individual can manage stress effectively, cope with the intensity of the situation, and maintain a sense of contentment, the anger equation will yield a more controlled emotional response. 3. Sadness equation E equals lxp plus sxt. In this equation, sadness is represented as a combination of loss L, personal perception, P, of the loss, stress S, and time, T. The variables L, P, and S determine the impact of the loss on one's emotional state, while T reflects the duration of sadness experienced. For example, if a person experiences a significant loss L and perceives it as deeply personal, P, and is under high levels of stress S for an extended period of time, T, their sadness level will be intense. On the other hand, if the individual can find ways to cope with the loss, change their perception of it, and reduce stress levels over time, the sadness equation will yield a more manageable emotional state. Individuals can gain a deeper understanding of their own emotions and explore the complex interplay of various factors that contribute to their emotional experiences.